What is up, everybody? My name is Maximilian, and welcome to the very first episode of Fighting Games for Beginners. Now, some of you guys might already know about the conception of this series. I've been talking about doing something like this on my channel, which is youtube.com/miles923 for some time now. If you guys haven't checked it out, I like to cover a huge variety of fighting games, not just a single fighter, and try to help people get into fighting games and understand more how they work with a combination of online play, parody, a bunch of different elements. So what I want to do here is take the base structure of fighting games, some things that I think people just don't overall understand. Now, a lot of you guys that are watching this right now, you're going to be asking yourselves, well, is it going to be about like crazy throw setups? Is it going to be about fuzzy guarding? Is it going to be about some advanced tactics like that? It's not. This is specifically for the folks that are trying to get into fighting games or have been into fighting games for quite some time, and they just never understood how exactly certain things work, which is not a problem because in general, fighting games don't have really in-depth tutorials to go over the basic stuff. So this stuff is going to apply to a lot of different games, and if we're going to look at the examples here, games like the Street Fighter series, all the way back until the 90s, games like the Guilty Gear games, games like King of Fighters, and so on and so forth, anything 2D, all these games take certain fundamentals, and the first one we're going to talk about right now is cancels. So for you guys that already know, cancels are something that comes naturally to a lot of us when you play a fighting game after some time. It's something that you integrate into your game plan and you don't even think twice about it when you're actually playing. But for a lot of the folks that I talk to, and I try to have conversations with people that enjoy fighting games, and they've been playing fighting games for a long time, like, guys like me, but they just never understood these base concepts because they didn't really watch match videos or gameplay sessions, and they just kind of learned on their own, and they never picked it up. So I think cancels is one of those things. I see a lot of folks that are doing moves and normals and specials, and they'll just take the one normal hit and they won't go into a canceled special move. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about canceling your normal moves into your special moves, since understanding this will help you out greatly when it comes to understanding fighting games and the huge vast array of fighting games, since a lot of these use this mechanic. So here we go. Canceling a normal move into a special move goes like this. We're going to use the example of Ryu, and Ryu is a good character because he stands as a base, and a lot of games are revolved around Street Fighter characters over the past like 20 years. But throughout all the games of the past, Ryu has this universal ability. This ability to cancel his low forward or his crouching medium kick into a fireball. And to do this, you actually have to hit your opponent on block or hit with a crouching medium kick or a low forward, and from the low forward, you're able to do the special motion for a fireball right as it's hit, canceling the normal move into a special move, and this is what a cancel is commonly known as. And there's a lot of different varieties of cancels, and we're going to talk about that later, but this basic one that I'm mentioning now is going from normal moves into specials. Now, why is this important, you might ask? Why is this going to help me out in any way when it comes to fighting games? Essentially, it's extremely good for spacing, it's extremely good for block strings or your chained attacks that go into combos, and it's especially good for combos themselves. It makes you a much bigger threat and you become much harder to deal with if you understand that you can cancel certain normal moves into specials. So with this example here, I took a low forward into a fireball, which is fairly universal for a lot of 2D fighting games, not just Street Fighter, many different examples. However, there is differences. Not all of your normal moves within these fighting games can be canceled into specials. Now this is where a little bit of the investigation of fighting games comes into place. The stuff that I really enjoy, figuring out what your character can do, how you understand how they work, which normal moves are the best, and which special moves are the best. This takes some investigation on your part, but there are many videos on YouTube that will help you guys out if you're trying to learn one specific character. But in this example, Ryu's low forward into fireball works throughout the majority of Street Fighter games. However, if you look at like his sweep or other normal moves that are up close, you can't actually cancel a few of them into specials. This is just a different property. Not all normal moves act the same, and not all normal moves are cancelable. So if we use a few of the examples here, they don't work, and some other moves do work, and this is that investigation that you guys are going to have to figure out. But with this motion, I know it'll take you a little bit of time if you're not used to doing stuff like this. It takes a little bit of practice to get used to moving a normal move into a special, and when you hit, you have to do the motion. But Trust me, after a while, and if you understand this base concept when it comes to getting into fighting games or coming back to fighting games from a really long time, it'll help you guys out a ton, and it'll make you feel a lot more familiar with the gameplay engine and essentially have more fun with the characters you're using. Now, in the next episode, we're going to talk about a different version of cancels, which is essentially special cancels and super cancels. Now, we covered special cancels a little bit here, but it gets a bit deeper. And when it comes to super cancels, that's a whole different beast about canceling your normal moves into supers, even though they contain fairly similar elements. So the rabbit hole gets only deeper from this point forward, but we're going to take it very easy and one step at a time. If you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you're practicing this and having a little bit of more success when it comes to using your characters and it's actually working for you, canceling your normal moves into specials, please leave a comment below. I'd like to know if this stuff is actually working for you guys. But if there's something you're looking specifically for in a fighting game that you don't understand, a basic tactic or mentality or a gameplay mechanic that you're not too sure how it works, please leave a comment below in the comments section. I'm always going to be checking these things and catering the next episodes of fighting games for beginners off of these comments so we can get a better understanding of what you guys are looking for. But thank you very much for watching the video. Tune in next time as the next episode will be up here on Machinima Versus and my channel at youtube.com/Miles923. Thank you guys very much for watching. This has been Maximilian, and I'll see you later.